My name is Oscar from the Go Gallery. The Go Gallery is in Amsterdam since 16 years. And lots of people think that we are the first or the only real street art gallery in Amsterdam, but I don't want to call myself or us the real street art gallery, because we're not only doing urban art and street art. One of the reasons for this is that Holland and Amsterdam is like a really big cultural place. We have a lot of big history with a lot of big artists, but still in Holland and in Amsterdam people think art is oil paint on canvas or on wood, you know. So everything that's different than what they think, then it's really difficult, you know. So we're doing lots of street art, lots of urban art, but we're also doing more pop art related exhibitions. Yeah, we're also working with some German artists like Second. You know Second? Okay, he's from Cologne. We met him a couple of years ago here on the Stroke Art Fair in Munich, and we got a working relationship. He was the curator of an exhibition 2 years ago in Amsterdam in our gallery with German artists. The idea was to do an exhibition from German artists about Holland. It was a Dutch show made by German artists. It was really popular and really good. And we're going to do a new exhibition with Second, together with Peintre X. You know Peintre X? From Munich, a really good artist. And working with the London Police. London Police are known as one of the bigger street artists from Europe, from Holland. They're living in Amsterdam. We're mainly working with young artists to give them a stage to become bigger. We like to work on a personal base with artists. We also did an exhibition a while ago, a group exhibition with Shepard Ferry. It's a pity that he never comes over. You never deal with him, you deal with a manager. We love to deal with artists, you know, we love to deal with people. We're dealing with art, but we're mainly dealing with artists and doing art shows, so we're more on a personal level. And we're lucky to be in a possibility to do this and not to... we're never going to be rich of art, you know. It's not our main focus to make a lot of money in the business. Our main focus is to work with artists, to give them a possibility to become bigger, and we help them to get bigger. And it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but mainly it works, and that's really, it flatters my ego. Working with artists, with urban artists, I find it much more interesting, much more I feel convenient with them, you know. I'm working in the art business since more than 20 years. I remember 20 years ago, working with an artist was, I'm the best. You know, all good. I'm the best artist in the world, you know. These days, urban artists are working together because I'm good and he is good and they're good and they're all good, and all together we're even better. And I like that approach. It works in art. You see it in music. You see it in all kinds of business in the world. And well, we have the possibility to work in this field with the urban artists. And I like the way of communicating. And they're young and they're open for critics, and the art is about communication. I like the directness of urban art. It's changing a little bit. It's changing a bit. But talking to my colleagues here from Amsterdam as well on the art fair, some of them I really like. Well, the Dutch have to be educated again, you know, and it still has to happen. They have to be educated, and but I think slowly it will change. And well, for example, 80% of the business that we do, 80% of the artworks that we sell, goes abroad. I mean, 20% stays in Holland, and that's not a lot. And I don't know how to change that, you know. But even from an exhibition, the German exhibition about Holland, most of the paintings went abroad, you know. Both ways, yeah. Once we have a client that was in the gallery and see the paintings. Once a client knows how the works of a particular artist looks, then afterwards they also buy online. But mainly we sell Well, it's about 50-50, online and actual from the gallery. Our gallery is right in the city center of Amsterdam, on the prime location in Amsterdam. So we get a lot of visitors, and we get a lot of people passing by. I think the organization of the Stroke Art Fair is really good. We don't have something like this in Holland, for example. So I think you're further with educating your people than we are in Holland, actually. We also been to the Bloom Art Fair. It's another example of the possibility to show urban art, you know. First time was on the other location in the Zenit. We were there 3 years ago, and this is the second time. Yeah. First time in this location, really beautiful. Love it. Well, it's good for the connections, it's good to meet the people. They say the business really starts on Saturday and Sunday, so I think, you know what I think, the artists that we represent are not famous, you know, and we're from Amsterdam, so a lot of people don't know these artists. And we're here for the first time on this location, so people don't know us yet. So, you know, it takes some time to have a feeling of trust, I think, you know. But this morning we started really well, actually, with selling. Well, we have two artists. They're from Switzerland. They're called Bustard and Zaira, and they're a couple since more than 10 years. And 3 years ago, they moved to Amsterdam, because they love Amsterdam, and they wanted to put some creative energy from them in Amsterdam. And after 3 years, they became the most productive urban artists in Amsterdam. They made already hundreds of paintings in the city center and outside the city center of Amsterdam. And we're having, at the moment, an exhibition here at the Stroke, but also an exhibition of their work in Amsterdam. And to give you an example, it took them more than 7 months, more than 1,000 hours to cut out all the stencils and everything. They make beautiful, it's really fine work. They do it themselves. It's not done by computer, but it's all done by hands. And so after cutting for 7-8 months, then they finally can make the artworks, and it works really well in Amsterdam. I mean, it sells really well in Amsterdam, but here they're not so known yet, you know. But they also do, right now, they're doing a project outside, making a big wall outside. And they also seem to be pretty known in Munich, known as one of the few stencil artists in Munich. They come every now and then. They come to Munich to make your city even more beautiful. Yeah, on the 25th of May, so in 3 weeks' time from today, we have an opening of an exhibition. It's called Urban Pop. It's with 2 German artists. We like to work with German artists because it's close to Holland, it's close to Amsterdam, and it works. And I think they're really good, some of them. And Second is one of them. It's from Cologne, and Pantre X. He's showing a lot here on the art. There's, I think, 3 galleries on the Stroke Art Fair that show his work. And we met him on the Bloom Art Fair last year in November in Cologne. And they're going to do an exhibition together in Amsterdam. I'm really proud of these guys, you know. It's really nice to work with them. They come into Amsterdam for a week to paint in the city, to put up some paste-ups and everything in Amsterdam before the exhibition. So it's going to be fun. It's really fun.